a quiet kind of defiance. In a town where a man's worth is measured by what he hides, one lawman chooses to stop running. This is a story of quiet defiance, of love that doesn't ask permission, and the kind of strength that doesn't bend. Welcome to Secrets Under Stetsons. Chapter 14, A Man Worth Fighting For. Some wants are loud. Others settle into your chest until they weigh more than any badge ever could. The next morning, Elijah was no longer sheriff, but he still woke at dawn. Habit, mostly. Liam stirred beside him, one arm across Elijah's chest, half asleep, legs tangled in the blankets like he'd fought the whole night in a dream. Elijah didn't move. He just lay there, staring at the ceiling, the silence of the cabin pressing in around him like a new kind of uniform. No badge, no title, just a man. And for once, that felt like enough. Still, the world hadn't changed. Not really. When they rode into town, it was with less tension and more defiance. Liam walked close to Elijah's side now, not because he had to, but because they'd stopped pretending. Folks still stared. A few stepped out of their way. A few didn't. Millie, behind the bar at the Gilded Rose, gave Elijah a look over the rim of her coffee. "Well," she said, "you finally scared them enough to do something." "Wouldn't call it fear," Elijah said. "More like discomfort in a new shape." She refilled his cup. "There's men in this town I trust less than you, and they still hold office." Liam gave her a grin. "You gonna run for mayor, Millie?" "Hell no," she muttered. "I got too much sense." As they sat down, the saloon door creaked open. 3 men walked in. Strangers, but the kind you didn't have to know to recognize. Wide-brimmed hats, dust-covered coats, and the wrong kind of quiet. Not lawmen, not locals. They didn't look at Elijah right away. They made a show of ordering drinks. But Liam noticed the way one of them watched Elijah's reflection in the mirror behind the bar, the way another rested his hand near the butt of his pistol. "You know them?" Liam murmured. "No," Elijah said. "But they came in heavy." Millie leaned over and whispered, "They've been asking questions around town. Yesterday." "What kind of questions?" "The kind that ends with gunfire." Elijah pushed his coffee aside and stood. When the man in the center turned, he smiled. The kind of smile that made your skin feel thinner. "You Elijah Cade?" he asked, loud enough for the whole saloon to hear. "I am." The man nodded. "Heard you ain't sheriff no more." "I ain't," Elijah said. "Is that your business?" The man shrugged. "Just figured you ain't got much protection now." Liam stood up beside Elijah. "He doesn't need protection." The man's smile grew. "You his boy? I'm his partner." Laughter rolled through the room from the strangers. "Partner," the man repeated like he was tasting something bitter. "You hear that, boys? This town's gotten strange." "You don't like strange," Elijah said. "There's a road leading out. Take it." One of the men reached for his gun. Elijah drew first. The room exploded. It wasn't a long fight. Elijah was faster, Liam was steady, and Millie had a scattergun hidden under the bar. When the dust settled, one man was dead, one wounded, and the third had dropped his pistol and pissed himself. Sheridan had seen blood before, but not like this. Not over this. Elijah walked to the center of the room, reloaded slowly, then looked out at the townsfolk gathered in the doorway. "This is what happens when you turn your back on good men," he said, voice like gravel. "I protected you. Then you let fear take the reins." No one spoke. Liam stepped beside him. He was always worth fighting for. You just didn't have the spine to do it. Then Elijah holstered his gun and walked out of the saloon, like a man who didn't need permission anymore. Not to fight, not to love, not to live. And for the first time, Sheridan didn't stop him. Some even stepped aside, not out of fear, but out of something closer to respect. Until next time, the dust hasn't settled yet. There's more to this story, more to uncover, more to fight for, and more waiting just beyond the next sunrise. Come back next week and walk a little further down this road with them.